Good morning, everyone. Well, yeah, good morning. Welcome to the fourth Learning and Teaching Model Series workshop. Thank you so much for being here. Very excited to have you here, and I know it's a very busy time of year for everyone, so it's great that you could be here to share and learn related to this important topic of experiential and authentic learning. When we first started talking about this series of workshops, and I saw or thought about all the different components of the learning and teaching model, this one really stood out for me because of some of the experiences I've had as a student and as a teacher. A year-long management consulting project during my studies really stood out for me as a pretty profound learning experience. And the opportunity to set up a simulated work environment for a very large organization to promote the implementation of a new management philosophy was a pretty profound experience as well, and a very long-lasting one. So it's a great topic, and it was interesting to me when we first started talking to everyone about it. Some people asked the question, well, are you going to focus on experiential learning, or are you going to focus on authentic learning? And I was glad that I got asked that question because, there's lots of literature out there on both topics. And experiential learning, many different definitions, and these are just a few that I picked out. Experiential learning is real-world learning, relating to acquiring knowledge through experience as opposed to other ways. And of course, there are people like Kolb, back in 1984, wrote an entire book on this topic. So that's one element of what we're talking about today. And the other is authentic learning. And again, just picking out a couple of quotes that resonated with me is learning that's implanted or integrated into real life, meaningful situations, and focusing on real world and sometimes messy problems. So they're definitely similar, but they're also different. And together they're very powerful. And I think the authors of our Royal Roads Learning and Teaching Model did a great job of summing up the key points related to this. And just talking about strategies being employed to provide practical relevance. So, and they give many different examples, and I'd really encourage you, if you're interested, to look at all of the different reference material that they've cited in the Learning and Teaching Model book. So I'm really excited today. We have a lot of storytellers who've joined us and have offered to share their stories, and I'll introduce them just in a moment. And they all have some really good examples of different aspects of experiential and authentic learning that they're going to share. And in the spirit of the topic, they're also going to ask for your help. They have some questions, they have some challenges. And after they've told their stories in our breakout discussions, we're going to ask, for you to help them. And then after that, turn the discussion back to all of you to give you a chance to reflect on maybe new opportunities where experiential, authentic learning can be implemented in your courses or programs. So with that, I'd just like to quickly introduce our storytellers, and we'll get on with our agenda. We have Sarah Chettelberg and Natasha DeLay from Student Services. You want to just wave? Rebecca Wilson-Ma from the School of Tourism and Hospitality Management. And we've got Mike Thompson, Carolyn Recker-Monroe, Amy Zadolka, and Don Kaplan, all from the School of Business. Thank you all for being here to share your stories. So, how will this flow? For the next half an hour or so, we're going to ask the storytellers to stick to a pretty strict timeline, unfortunately, and and tell their stories. And then by about 11:05, we'd like to get back to breakout discussions so that you have a chance to help our storytellers and also to explore opportunities for you. And then also want to have time towards the end to have some group sharing and wrap things up. And we're really hoping for a couple of outcomes from this. Just identification of new opportunities for authentic and experiential learning, and ideas for addressing the questions and challenges that our storytellers have brought. So with that, I will call our first storytellers up, Sarah and Natasha.